All right, hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back again with another video. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope that you guys are staying safe. Today's video, you guys, I did want to touch on a topic that I did get a comment from a viewer, and I did want to go over that with you all. Now, I did try to record this, and it was like doing something weird on my computer, but I'm glad that I'm able to redo it here. But if this is you guys' first time, my name is Joy, and I am a narcissist abuse coach. I've been dealing with narcissists since 2006, and since 2017, I have been helping former victims, now survivors, heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. Now, me personally, I have dealt with 3 narcissists along my journey that kind of led me on this path here. So the first narcissist was my aunt that I lived with for 5 years. So I lived with her. And then also while living with my aunt, I was dating a male narc for about 4 years. And then after I went no contact with the both of them back in 2014, there was a job that I was working at in 2016. There was an individual that I started to date, and I was dealing with him for about 4 months. And he was actually a borderline. So he had BPD, so borderline personality disorder. So those type of individuals are, cluster B classification, but they are pretty much along the same lines of, narcissism and things like that. But anyways, you guys, I did want to say thank you so much for your support. Please, you guys, keep leaving comments, likes, shares, subscriptions, and topics and things that you guys want to learn about. So that way, anyone that needs the information, they need the awareness, they need the healing, the clarity of the confirmation. That way we can all learn from it, we can grow from it, and, we can all heal as a collective, right? That's what it's all about. But I did want to just go ahead and get into this topic here. So basically, this came from a viewer, like I said. In the topic, it says, it came from a video that I did where it was called "The Narcissist Loves to Cancel Plans at the Last Minute Because It's Supply for Them and More." And here's why. That was a video that I did. I think it was about a year ago. I did that. And that actually came from another topic that was requested. But yeah, I did want to just bring this up because I'm pretty sure there could be some folks out here dealing with this, and you may want to know how to, how to approach it or how to, manage it, cope with it, and things like that. So basically, the individual just says all the time, even at the expense of their kids, never punctual, miss events, broken promises, they're toxic as fuck. Excuse my language. They're selfish, they're manipulative, they're untrustworthy. They also ask younger kids to keep their secrets. They're some of our biggest regrets in life. So that one, I love that so much, and I totally relate to it for sure. Just me being around narcissists and me having to live with them and, interact with them on a daily basis is something that is not pretty, right? But it is something that some of us, we have to go through. But this individual, I do believe that this person has children with the narcissist. Now, this is a whole different ball game here, right? So when it comes to maybe like you're having to co-parent with a narc, just understand that, the narcissist wants to turn your children against you, right? So the narcissist may be doing a smear campaign against you to, like, whether it's your family members and friends or their family members and friends and things like that. And they also could be smearing you to your own children. So the whole point of that is that they want to turn your children against you. They want your children to look at you in a certain way. They want your children to be like, oh, it was mommy's fault. Oh, it was daddy's fault, whoever is watching, you know what I mean? Or they want your children to pretty much discard you and pretty much look down upon you. And for some, they don't really want them to ever talk to you again, right? They really want to kind of destroy the bond that you have or have grown to have with your kids. You know what I mean? So you do just want to keep that in mind. Now, by them doing that, they actually end up destroying their bond that they have with their children, because a lot of times, I'm pretty sure you guys know that kids are smart. Kids are very smart. They know what parent was doing what. They know what parent was causing trouble. They know what parent is causing drama, causing chaos, causing mayhem. They can understand. They can get a feel. Kids are very intuitive. Kids, a lot of them are very connected to God as well. Some kids, But you do have some cases where the narcissist is able to manipulate some of the kids, and they actually can turn the kids against you. So you do just want to be careful about that. Because I did hear of a case where an individual had an ex-husband that was a narcissist, and her child, her young adult child, looks at her differently now due to the smearing, the manipulation, the deception, and all of the coercion and the influence, like the persuasion that was done on her, and all of the lies that the narcissist will make up about you. Can really get into a child's head and really turn them against you. So you do want to be careful about kids, because they are very vulnerable. They can be like sponges, and they can soak up all of that energy from the narcissist. So you just want to be mindful of like who's around your child, and if you have to co-parent with a narc parent. I did make some videos about how to manage that, so you want to make sure that you do tune into those. I'll probably try to link that below. But yeah, you want to be able to try to like protect your kids at all costs, and obviously keep it, whatever interactions you have with the narcissist, you want to keep it focused on the kids, because what the narcissist will do, like your ex-partner or your ex-spouse or whatever the case may be, or it could be like a baby mama, a baby daddy, or something like that. They're gonna try to make your life miserable. They're gonna try to make you regret your decision. They're gonna try to like get on your nerves. They may try to annoy you, or like I said, they may try to let the kids down and stuff like that. So again, like what this person was saying, it's like they'll try to like miss events on purpose with the kids. They may promise the kids something, and then they'll break the promise and things like that. They don't give you any heads up or anything like that. So they may try to ruin the day, ruin the kids' day and stuff like that, whether it's like graduations or anniversaries, birthdays, and things like that. You know, but yeah, you have to remember that they are selfish and they are manipulative, and you can't trust these individuals. I know it's sad, and especially in a dynamic where you have kids involved, like knowing the fact that you can't trust your children's mother or your children's father, that can be very dangerous. And you have your children with these individuals that you know you just want to be careful, you know what I mean? And I know that there's some people that opt to get like a mediator involved, or maybe they try to get like the courts or lawyers and stuff like that, involved in a situation, or there may be some sort of like custody battles and things like that, or child support. So you do want to keep in mind and also understand the narcissist will try to manipulate, when it comes to the court system and things like that. They may try to falsify documents and things like that, make up stuff, and try to get people to turn against you, or after they smeared your name, they'll have people believe in something about you that's not even true and things like that. So it is what it is. But as far as secrets though, yeah, like so, and the other thing too is that the thing with the narcissist, and the reason why they do this to their kids, is because for one, they can't show them love. They don't have any empathy for them. They don't have any care for them. They only care about what the child can do for them, or how the child can make them look. Because you guys have to remember that with the narcissist, it's all about the image. The narcissist only does things because it makes them look good. Like, because I can tell you guys that experience, like that when I used to live with my aunt for 5 years, like I guess in the beginning too, she did love bomb me. Even like your own family members can love bomb you. Like, that's the crazy part about it. But like when I used to live with her, like everything was in the beginning, like the first year or two while living with my aunt, like we would travel, we would go on vacation, eat at nice restaurants and things like that. Everything seemed to be cool. And, when we would go out and about with other individuals, everything looked great to other people. They're like, oh, like everything is good and this and that. But you best to believe behind closed doors, what my aunt was doing to not only me, but like her husband and her two sons, like, I mean, she was abusive. She was manipulative. Like, she was deceptive, cunning, passive aggressive, sarcastic, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And, it wasn't just me either. I wasn't the only one being abused. Like, it was anyone that was in the household would be abused. And, we had to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And so, you do just want to keep that in mind when it comes to dealing with narcissists and how they operate, and a lot of times, when it comes to, narc parents or narc in-laws, whether you're their son or daughter, they'll try to use you in many, many ways, right? So for one, like with the sons, when it comes to the narc mothers, they may try to stop their sons from, getting into friendships or having relationships. And the only way in which I feel like the narc parents could feel like they can accept a friendship or relationship in, their son or daughter's life is only if they feel like, maybe that person can't see through them, or that person may not see their tactics or their manipulation and stuff like that. They're not going to like call them out on it. And so if they feel like they can control them, then they'll be cool with whatever friendship or relationship that their son or daughter has. But if they feel like that person knows like what's going on, then they're gonna be like, oh, don't be around that person. They'll begin to bash them. They'll put doubt into them, and they'll start to the smear campaign and make up all these lies and things like that. So trying to steer their son or daughter away from the person that actually, they really care about, or somebody that makes them happy, or, just, or whatever, even if it's not a relationship. Let's say the son or daughter has a passion in life, or they have like a hobby or a goal and stuff like that. And then the narcissist feels like they never accomplished that, or they feel like, oh, I don't want you to go beyond me, or whatever the case may be. Or the narcissist could feel like it would make them look bad. They're going to like talk down on their son or daughter's aspirations just because of the fact that they feel like, well, if their son or daughter accomplishes that, then they're going to leave them, right? Or they feel like, oh, you're not going to be able to spend time with me, or, oh, you're not going to be able to supply me my needs. You get what I'm saying? Not knowing that, they're actually pushing their son or daughter further away. Now sometimes, if there's that son or daughter is codependent on that narc parent, or if, let's say, the narcissist has full complete control over their son or daughter, meaning like maybe let's say the narcissist has their own business, and let's say the son or daughter works for them, then, and that particular son or daughter doesn't have any aspiration, doesn't have any goals, then if that person hasn't done their inner work and worked on themselves and healed their inner child wounds or traumas or attachments and things like that, any addictions that they may have, then a lot of the times then that adult child, or whether, doesn't matter what age the person is, but whoever that is, it would pretty much mean that they would succumb to the narcissist's demands, and they would comply. But if it's opposite, if, let's say, whoever you're into, whoever you're dating, let's say they have done their inner work, they've done their inner healing, and let's say that their narc parent is making demands on them, or they're trying to make them choose between them and their spouse and stuff like that, then obviously that person, they're obviously going to choose the person that makes them happy. You get what I'm saying? And so sometimes that can offend narc parents or narc in-laws and things like that, because again, they're all about control. They feel entitled. They feel like you owe them your life and things like that. They feel like you can't have friendships, you can't have relationships, you have to be underneath them 24/7, because a lot of times they're very needy, they're very clingy, they need attention. Like I can tell you guys another situation that I had back in 2021, and I felt that, and this is how I knew. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this person is a narc, because this person demanded attention. Like they needed the attention on them, like 24/7, like constant, like. And I was just like, oh, wow, like that's interesting. Because I get it, like people love attention. Like I like attention, you may like attention, who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? But the fact that if it's excessive, like it's excessive, like constantly, like every minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, like back to back to back to back, then you just want to be careful that, that person may be a narc, because they need that. You're their supply. If they don't have that supply, either they'll have a temper tantrum, they'll, go crazy, or, try to argue or have an outburst or whatever the case may be, or they could get another supply. You get what I'm saying? But even if they have that other supply, they still may want you as a supply as well, because you may have something to offer them, because, that's just how narcs are. You get me? So, but yes, these individuals will have their younger kids keep their secrets, because You guys got to remember, these narcissists, they do a lot of things behind the scenes that are just sneaky. It's crazy. It's dangerous. They get involved in schemes and scams and who knows what. They could do all types of crazy stuff that you pretty sure you wouldn't even think of, but they will do it. And sometimes they may do it in front of their children. And so what they do is they'll tell their children not to say anything, or they'll tell other people not to say anything, and they keep secrets to themselves. But then sometimes, those secrets can come out. You get what I'm saying? And that's something that the narcissist doesn't want to happen. You get me? And so, you just want to be mindful of that. But at all times, you do have to protect your kids. Right now, me personally, if you're like, hey, what's the best advice to protect my kids? Honestly, it's just, you have to be a role model for one. Like however the narcissist is acting, you don't want to act like how they act. Because obviously, that narc, let's say it's like you're trying to co-parent with that narc, they're out of control, right? They're probably seeking revenge. They're probably trying to get you upset. They're probably trying to get you mad and things like that. They're trying to get a reaction out of you. So you want your focus to be on your kids, you know, supporting your children, listening to them as much as you can, getting them into like a mental health professional type of environment if they feel like they need it. A lot of times they will, especially they've been abused by their narc parents, which, they probably have been, and they've been disappointed and they've been let down and, distressed and all kinds of stuff that they're dealing with, trauma bonded, you get me, PTSD, CPTSD, all that kind of stuff, childhood traumas and things like that. Stockholm syndrome when it comes to dealing with the narcissist, relying on our abuser, having that toxic cycle of, rewards and punishments, rewards and punishments. So it's like, if you do something that the narcissist likes, then they'll reward you. They'll be like, oh, like, oh, everything is cool, everything's smiley, happy. But if you do something that the narcissist doesn't like, then they'll punish you. You get what I'm saying? They may give you the silent treatment. They may lash out, start arguments, fights, try to make you jealous or whatever the case may be. And then it's just a cycle. You get what I'm saying? And so it's just up and down, around and round, around and round. You guys get me? So, you just got to keep that in mind. But the thing about it is kids may not understand this type of stuff. So you may have to educate your kids. Now, the thing is you don't want to blame that narc parent, right? You don't want to blame or like bash that narc parent, like how they may be doing you. You don't want to do that. You just want to educate the child on what could be going on. And then as the child gets older, they would be able to make the decision if they want to be around that parent or not. You get what I'm saying? But sometimes the narcissist can get to those kids while they're young and they can manipulate them and try to make it seem like they're not abusing them when they actually are. You get me? So you want to just keep that in mind. And then, the person was just saying that she feels like they're some of our biggest regrets in life. And honestly, me personally, I feel like whenever I've met a narcissist in my life, it was always a lesson for me. Like I said, out of all the narcs that I've ever met in my life, it was like I had a takeaway, which is good. But some people do end up regretting it because a lot of people feel like, they wasted their time, they wasted their money, they wasted their investment, they wasted their energy. You get what I'm saying? Like, and for some narcissists, they will come into your life to destroy your life. Like that's really their sole purpose. They want to hurt you. They want to make you feel pain. They want to make you feel how they feel. That's just the reality of it, and a lot of times the narcissist wasn't always like this, right? So whoever they used to have relations with, whoever they used to deal with, they were a narc. So basically what the narcissist allowed was another person to affect them. So however that narc was hurt, they're like, oh, okay, you know what, since I got hurt, I'm going to hurt everybody else. If that makes sense. So they have allowed a situation to control them. They have allowed for another person to change them into themselves. And that's basically what they want to do with you. Like they don't want you to be happy after, you decide to go no contact, or let's say, you're going through a divorce with a narcissist, or, you're trying to gain custody of the children or something like that, or you're trying to co-parent or parallel parent. They don't want you to have any peace. They want you to be miserable, just like them. Let's say the narcissist, they may like start seeing someone else or whatever the case may be, and there's kids involved or whatever the case may be, and maybe let's say they're miserable or they feel like they've settled, they want you to settle too. You get me? Like they want, however they feel, that's how they want you to feel. However, what they've done, that's what they want you to do. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to be joyful. They don't want you to be content and peaceful. They want you to be miserable just like them. You get me? And they want your kids to suffer too, right? They want your kids to suffer because a lot of times the narcissist feels like they've suffered in life. So they feel like, oh, if they suffered, that means you got to do the same thing. So, you just want to be mindful of that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, some people regret it. Some people are just like, hey, it's a lesson. Honestly, I feel like it's a lesson, and there should be takeaways and just kind of move on with your life. But like I said, since there are children involved, you do just want to be careful. To just be a support for your kids, love them, talk to them, answer any questions that they may have, educate them, and just you have to empower them. You have to enlighten them because they may not know. Now, if they start asking questions, of course, be honest, don't lie. Like again, the narcissists, they're pathological liars. Anything that's coming out of their mouth is a lie. So you don't want to be like them. You want to be trustworthy. You want to be honest with your children because they will respect that at the end of the day. Even if it's not something that they want to hear, at least they can say, oh, okay, at least I was told the truth. You get what I'm saying? And so they can, like I said, as they get older, they can decide if they want to be around a narc parent or not. So anyway, you guys, I hope that this video was helpful. I love that topic though, like for sure, because again, and it's kind of sad too, because it just lets you know the type of damage that the narcissist can do to their own kids, which that goes to show you that they don't care, like at the end of the day. And it's just like, hey, it is what it is. But, you can only, as I always say, control yourself. You can have some influence over your kids, but at the end of the day, allow them to be individuals, allow them to be themselves. Now, like I said, I know they may be conflicted because they have, your environment, and then they also may have their toxic environment from their narc, your ex person, like your child's mother or child's father, whoever the narcissist is in your life, and like I said, there could be a smear campaign going on, a lot of lies, a lot of manipulation going on, a lot of passive aggressive stuff, and all that type of thing. And so you just gotta kind of like let it ride at the end of the day, and don't keep any secrets from your kids. Now also too, here's the other thing though, the other part, like I said, I'm not telling anybody what to do, but always remember to keep children in their place though. So like I said, you don't want to be like don't try not to bash the narc parent, because I do know that there are some cases, and I do want to make a video about this, where the narc will actually do this to your child too. So they will begin to talk trash about you to your child. And the narcissists, they will overstep those boundaries. So like I said, they will make your child like almost, they may try to turn your child into the parent, and then the narc will become the child, like that type of weird dynamic. So they may try to parentfy your child. You get what I'm saying? So again, you really want to make sure, that's also called enmeshment and parentification as well. So it's like, yeah, they try to switch the roles when it comes to the child and parent dynamic, because they're talking to their child about a grown adult's things, and it's just like, you don't do that with children. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's what you have a therapist and a counselor for. So sometimes narcissists will overstep those type of boundaries, but we'll talk about that in another video. But anyway, I would love to know, what was you guys' takeaway? Did it resonate? Give this video a like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to try your natural body sugar scrub. I did want to say I did get a few more orders in, so I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure that you do order sugar scrub. You can go to joylarkinskincare.com. You can place your order today. Also, be sure to check out Your Pain Will Make You Successful and Reclaim Your Life Back. It would definitely help you along your journey to healing and recovery after narcissistic abuse. Or the other thing I wanted to tell you guys, because I did have a few other folks reaching out. So if you guys want to get advice from me, I do have unbiased personal advice that I do offer. So that actually would be $10 per email that you send me if you want advice about the narcissist or whatever situation it is that you're dealing with. And or if you want to book a session with me, a support session, you're more than welcome to do that. Like I said, I have many different time frames that you guys can choose from. And then also I do have my 90-day coaching programs that you guys can choose from as well. So anyway, I love you guys. I look forward to hearing from you, and I appreciate your support. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and I love you so much. Till the next time. Take care. Bye, guys.